Peapod, a podcast about peace. I'm Teri Angel, or also known as Mama Peace, and I'm delighted you've chosen to spend some time with us today. Imagine with me, for a moment, a world without constant conflict, a world where respect for diversity is the norm, a world where understanding replaces fear. I know it might seem like a dream, but that is the world we dare to dream of. And that's the world we strive to build here at the Peapod, one conversation at a time. Here at the Peapod, we believe that peace isn't just the absence of conflict, it's the presence of justice, it's the celebration of diversity, and most importantly, it's something that begins inside each one of us. Mother Teresa said, "Peace begins with a smile." So let's begin this journey of manifesting peace in our world, shall we? Here at the Peapod, we don't have all the answers, but we do promise to ask the right questions. I received a poem today in my email, and I apologize, I don't have the name of the person that wrote this poem because it wasn't included, but it's called Blessed Beings of Light. Blessed beings of light, shine forever in the truth of your one being and be forever faithful to that light. It shines forth from where we cannot see to where we cannot see with body eyes. Yet it is forever seen within the eye of spirit, which is the eye of all. Join with your one eye and see what you could never see before with body eyes. See the world of blessed light in all your sisters and brothers. Let their sorrows melt as you now perceive their eternal beauty and light, which is your eternal beauty and light. Praise the light between each dark shadow and sing to it forever of love unending in the wells of time that now melt into the changeless, the eternal now. I love that, and I love to think about how we are all mirrors of each other because we are all part of the oneness of all that is. I have two amazing people with me today. I'm going to bring them on. You all are very familiar with my MarBeth Dunn, my co-partner, the one that helped me to develop the 10 million for World Peace Organization. MarBeth, welcome.
Hi, nice to be here, Teri, as always.
And we also have Jason McNamara. Jason, welcome to the Peapod for the first time.
Thank you so much. Hey, everybody.
What a delightful gathering. I am so happy to be here. And when I have a new guest, I like for that guest to share with us what you're all about. Who are you, Jason?
I am Jason McNamara. I'm CEO of the No More 9 to 5 Club, one of my titles. I was born in the Caribbean. I grew up more in South Florida and retired early, ex-military. And I try to really go out changing the world, trying to help good people do better. And we're on a lot of missions, but showing up and showing out and making sure that we're making people smile and giving them reasons to be better and do better. And add more peace and value to the world in their lives. That's kind of what we do.
I want to also say that Jason has been so helpful to 10 million for world peace. He has amazing virtual assistants, and he donated one as we were getting our launch together for our 21 days of peace meditation. And he's just been so helpful. And I just really want to give you a shout out, Jason. That was really wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the VA is awesome. I love him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was my pleasure when we met and I found out about it. How could I not want to contribute? So you have such an amazing mission and you're such a beautiful soul. And I'm just lucky to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this and contribute whatever way I can.
Oh, Jason, it's my first time interacting with you, and I just wanted also to express my appreciation. Thank you for all you've done for us.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's really my pleasure. Like, thank you for everything that both of you are doing for the world, for everybody here watching. This is needed. A lot of people need more peace. They need to be led correctly and ultimately help other people find peace. And I know we have a lot of things in common with what we're all doing. So I'm part of the mission too. Just I'm not even going to say it in a different way. I just help people with finances and virtual assistants and business stuff on top of the peace.
Well, I know I really appreciate everything that you do for nonprofits too. You know,
Absolutely. Well,
really appreciate.
before we started any of these for-profit businesses and after early retirement, that was kind of my passion. I started multiple local nonprofits, ranging from giving back, teaching kids about character development, also youth baseball, cleaning up the urban core areas, and lastly was helping veterans receive benefits. One of my prior careers was helping veterans overcome barriers to employment, making sure that they got jobs no matter what kind of disabilities they have. And that career was amazing. And one of our mentors passed away, and we created a nonprofit in his name to continue the mission, even though we didn't work for the state anymore. So my heart's always been there, even before volunteering for different things and whatnot. And always trying to be the guy that did the right thing. So that's where we're at.
That's
Awesome.
amazing. I wanted to ask you, Jason. You said you're from the Caribbean. Where?
St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Oh,
Beautiful island.
nice.
I asked because I lived in the Caribbean for 17 years in Haiti.
Yes, yes. Different but close. And growing up in South Florida, sometimes it's like you're in the Caribbean. So we're such a melting pot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. And tell a little secret about myself. I used to play steel tilt darts competitively, and we had a competition called the Caribbean Cup, and Florida was considered a part of the Caribbean to play in that competition. So we competed against islands from all over the Caribbean. I got to meet people everywhere from those islands. It was a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
One of my good friends, he runs multiple nonprofits, and one of the for-profit companies is actually starting the esports racing platform, the Caribbean Cup. You got, I think it's Miami, maybe Trinidad, and then I think it was somewhere over in Panama. So it's all included. Even you got to remember the Caribbean Sea covers Mexico and Costa Rica and all that too.
Right. Wow. So, Jason, I'd love to hear more about the 9 to 5 Club. I'm sure others would also. So, can you share some of that with us?
Absolutely. So the No More 9 to 5 Club was built to actually help people. It was built with a lot of common sense, and it wasn't meant to cost people an arm and a leg to get in. It's meant to cost them their time. The people who are looking to do better, who have an open mind and are really looking to be led right, that's why we built the No More 9 to 5 Club. So we have a whole bunch of training in there that's incredibly valuable, along with tools and resources to help people accomplish with what we're training them to do. And say, what might we be training for in the No More 9 to 5 Club? The original mission was to teach people the true path to financial freedom was very simple: save, earn, and invest money. And when you can create passive income streams and you can move out of the rat race and focus on adding value to the world, and really just elevating yourself to the point of philanthropy, because your time is yours. You can live how you want, do what you want. A lot of people that want to really do good for the world, they still kind of get stuck in the real world, paying bills, keeping up with the Joneses. So that's part of the journey, but we teach a lot more. We go all the way, we talk about vibrations and quantum, all the way down to financial literacy and common sense. We have training for everybody to really take a hold of their lives, to know who they are and why they want whatever they want. And we try to get them to really work on themselves. Because for somebody to actually achieve financial success, it's a lot more than just saving, earning, investing money. I mean, yes, that's the process. But if you work on yourself, if you can put in the self work to be the foundation of what's going to save, earn, and invest, you're going to get way better results. So we teach a lot of self care. We teach people how to notice more. And really, we just get people thinking again. Too many people are blocked off from one task to the next, never really noticing what else they should be doing.
Yeah.
That's the quick version. I can go a lot, or we can talk a lot of different ways. Also, with the club, we have memberships where people can join. They can come network with the community. We have different levels of offerings as well, not only just partners and affiliates, but we have in-house offers. So we're looking for experts. We're looking for experts who want to add value to the world. We want to put them up on not only our stage, but other people's stages as well. So, we're trying to find not only the people who want to escape the rat race and do better, but the people who know how to add value on their own independently. And we want to help them reach a wider audience, and definitely including nonprofits. That's, it, we're very much so into vibrational alignment over money. We work with people, a lot of good people, and I know if anybody's taking their time to be here, they're probably going to be a fit for us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. And then you also have networking events.
Absolutely, those are fun. We started off with just the first Saturdays, and then we quickly expanded to the first and third Saturdays and the second and fourth Wednesdays. So we're going to be doing one tomorrow. And for anybody watching this, I'd love for you to come join. So, those are one of those fun things where we have entrepreneurs from all walks of life. We have people that are just now figuring it out and trying to, just create their first passive income stream, to people that run multiple businesses and travel and just love showing up to the club because they love helping other people and they love giving great advice. And all types of people in between, scientists, coaches, and entrepreneurs and celebrities, and just come join us. You never know who you're going to meet networking, and I can promise you that the alignment, the things that you're going to learn, the value, the way you're going to feel after the meeting is not going to be like many other events out there.
So how can people find this meeting?
Yeah.
So I got to send you a link, MarBeth, so you can get it and send it to everybody. But people can absolutely go check out our Facebook page, our Instagram, or any of those things. Message us or go to the nomore95club.org and reach out to us through that. And we'd be more than happy to send them the meeting links. And just if you guys do, mention Teri. Say, hey, I'm coming from Teri's podcast. Say it again one more time.
The Peapod.
The Peapod. I didn't want to mess it up. I was like,
we're all peas in the pod.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm here on the Peapod, and I would love to welcome all of your guests to come network with us as well. And just mention that you came from the Peapod, and we'll be welcoming you with open arms.
Okay, so I want to get it right, Jason. It's no more the number 9 to the number 5. Club.org.
It has the word the no more 9 to 5 club.org.
No more. Okay. I'm going to put it up here on the screen. Okay, so there we go. Make sure I got it right. Can you see it?
That looks like it.
Okay, so there you go, guys. That's the place to go. And so the networking event is virtual. Is it virtual and live?
No, it's just virtual. We do plan on doing in-person events sooner or later, but right now we're happy. We're actually international, so we're happy with virtual for everybody.
So what are you doing to help vets?
With the nonprofit or in life in general?
Both.
Both.
All right. So, we learned a lot of different things, and when we learned how the military and everything leaves a lot of people come out with pains and injuries, and they come out not wanting to talk about them. They still have a tough guy mentality, like what we were taught, kind of take an ibuprofen, drink some water, and keep going, soldier. So we tend to try to get real with people and really get them to admit those things and go after the benefits and the healthcare and the resources that they are entitled to improve their life. So, just as a brother reaching out, what I try to do to our brothers and sisters that have earned the privilege of being a veteran, I try to make sure that they're aware of everything and that they're not too prideful to be able to receive, because they deserve that stuff. And a lot of times we think somebody else deserves it more. I had the same mentality until our friend, our mentor, basically taught me, it was like, they put this here to take care of you, to deal with the things that you had to deal with for us, for everybody. So for anybody who needs help, any of our brothers and sisters, you can send them to us. We want to make sure that we're guiding them in the right direction. It's not always us. Sometimes it's out of our hands, but we know from having worked in that career, we know the politicians, we know the systems, at least locally,
Yeah.
to be able to point people in the right direction so they can actually get results and not excuses. So we try to cut through the red tape and get to the meat and potatoes and make sure our people are getting taken care of. That was part of the job. I used to go to the AMVETs and American Legions and try to find guys that were sitting on stools drinking and see if they wanted to do something different. Same thing
Yeah.
with going into the woods trying to look for homeless veterans who whatever issues, PTSD or whatever we can do. A lot of times, somebody like me could actually get through to them versus a social worker or a police officer. So
Right. Yeah, because you have the experience. How many tours did you do?
I only did one. I was actually a prison guard in Guantanamo Bay, and I
Oh,
assisted with
wow.
CIA interrogations.
That's intense.
It is. Yes. Thank you for your service and thank you for what you're doing for these vets.
Thank you.
Yeah, my
It's my
heart goes
pleasure.
out to them.
Hopefully, I can keep up.
Yeah.
You
No,
will, because
you're
it's a
doing a lot.
mission.
You're doing a lot, but that's really important work.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. So the mission is alive and well, and throughout me doing this, of course, I've kind of created an alliance of amazing people like y'all, and it's to me, it's community, it's networking, it's making sure that we're all supporting each other. That really makes the difference because a lot of times the people who are doing this light work, who are doing the healing in the world, are overlooked by all the big corporations, the big governments, the big dollars. So
Yeah.
we the people need to be able to come together and support each other. So that's how
Yeah,
I
let
feel.
us know what we can do to help you.
This is great, and just tell people about the No More 9 to 5 Club as you go. If you see people complaining about not getting results, if you see people that could use help, send them our way. And if you see people that can help people, send them our way too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm there. I'm willing to volunteer.
You are welcome. Let's go. Let's put you up there for a talk.
Let's
We
do
actually
it.
have different talks on different nights. We do a professional membership meeting Thursdays at 7:30. And that's a great place where we have different talk topics. And I would love to have a conversation about peace, not only in the world, but inner, because that's absolutely where it starts.
Oh,
If you don't
absolutely.
have that inner peace, you're probably not going to succeed at business.
Well,
So
Terry and I are both healers also.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I knew that without having to speak
And we're
about it.
good.
We are good.
I believe it. Well, we attract all types of people. We attract honestly more healed people. Like I see a lot of people who come to join the club are already getting it. Some of the people who maybe are broke, they're hesitant about being healed, about having to face traumas that have plagued them. And that's what we need to do is we need to be able to forgive and let go of whatever went wrong and focus on all that is good and what is right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure y'all have some amazing ways of healing people, and I look forward to doing more work with y'all and see how I can contribute to.
On many levels.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll give a little commercial shout out for my workshop this coming weekend. On Saturday at 2 o'clock, I'm doing an emotional empowerment workshop. So, anyone listening, go to angelspeakers.com and sign up. It's on that first page when you go onto the website. It's a free workshop. So, come on in and let's talk about how you can be more empowered by your emotions instead of letting them run all over you, and learn how to really get them in check and use them to find your powerful self. So angelspeakers.com, and it's Saturday at 2 o'clock, and love to see you there. So that's my commercial announcement. Back to the regular programming.
Yeah.
Well, I love what you're doing in your workshop. And one of the things that I've spoken about is emotional intelligence and social intelligence. Now, to me, all of that is key to understanding the basic building blocks of who you are as a person to be able to continue to build yourself. So, emotions and intuition are two different things. People need to be able to feel and understand their emotions and differentiate their emotions to their intuition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm. I just wanted to touch on that little plug on the commercial.
Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, peace, Jason. When did you first become aware that it was important to have peace in your life?
I'd say I probably at an early age. I didn't grow up in the most peaceful environment. I still found peace the way. And I realized that I was dependent on myself for my happiness and my peace early. And so, I started maneuvering through life to try to make sure that I'm comfortable and safe and my family's comfortable and safe. And that's what motivated me a lot to, make sure that I allowed my money to make money for me while I slept so I could do other things. And I say at a very early age, I learned that other people, if they weren't peaceful, it didn't have to make me not peaceful. Other people's frowns didn't have to upset me. And
Right.
I could remove myself from that. Or, I learned very quickly that if a situation occurs that I didn't like, there's either something I could do about it or there was nothing I could do about it. And if there was something I can do about it, I would figure out what I could do and I would do it. And if there was nothing I could do about it, I would just have to accept it and try to realign myself to do better next time or get more comfortable. So it just became a very simple, like, it's not a whole chess game. It was checkers to just choose happiness, to choose peace is the way. Um, but I learned how to play chess as well.
I love it. I say that choice is our superpower. So we can choose to be caught up in all of that chaos, or we can choose to say, nope, even if it looks like the sky is falling down, I'm going to stay in my high vibration. I'm going
Yep.
to stay with who I know I am.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Absolutely.
I love that. Thank you. And it's so totally important. And I'm not, has my vibration ever been affected? Of course. It's been shaken to its core. I went through some crazy stuff. But has that made my resilience of protecting my peace even stronger? Absolutely.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, it's all relative because we want to make sure that we're not reflecting or reacting to other people's energies. We
Right.
have to be in control of our own. We are the navigator, the controller of our own character. So other people's low vibrations can't throw off the higher vibration. We have to actually be aligning a shining light of vibration that not necessarily has to connect to the low vibration and necessarily needs to raise them. But as you pass through somebody that's like that with low vibrations, they can't affect you. You can only affect them. That's where we need our people to be.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're riding spirits' coattails.
Yeah, because our innate nature is love and peace. We didn't come into this world fighting and with our fist raised. So we go back into who we know we are, we go back into our hearts, and we're going to find that peace. We're going to find what's really important is to be able to let things roll off our back when we have to and fight our battles when we have to. But going back into the heart always brings us back to peace.
Absolutely. And I think you'll find in the military and all over the world that even most warriors want peace deep down in their heart. I would rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war, though. So
Oh, yeah.
sometimes we have to,
Hmm.
really, really understand that most people should want peace, really deep down inside. I think 99.99% of the planet would agree on that. And hopefully it's those last little bit of people who truly don't want it. Um, Hopefully those people don't have any power over the rest of us. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you heard about the statistics from our first 21-day challenge. Did you? Did you hear about them?
No, please. I've been needing follow up. So
Oh yeah. Well, we have my when I did the first um, world peace meditation experiment in 2018. I was using this online database called the ACLED and got my information from them. And during that time, we were watching these charts online and, just kind of taking information. And then they stopped doing the charts. So I had my online business manager, she was gathering the stats for me. And I thought they had to be wrong because, things had dropped so much. So I had her triple check the stats, and it showed that the level of violence had dropped over 25% during the 6 months of our meditation. So let me show you without any further ado. Excuse me. So if you can see this, it's not showing up. Here it is.
I'm putting it up, MarBeth.
Okay.
Oops.
I think we both
We
did.
must have both tried to do that.
So these are the stats from the ACLED. And you can see, and I actually worked it out percentage wise, that the numbers from August 1st, when we were just doing weekly meditations and a lot of other peace organizations were starting to gear up for World Peace Day, which was the 21st. So at the beginning, with the protests, the number of protests were almost 10,000, 9,902. And by World Peace Day, it had dropped to 7,303, which is pretty amazing. Explosions and remote violence went from 5,289 incidents to 3,796. Battles dropped from 3,588 down to 2,406. Violence against civilians from 2778 to 1721. I'm not sure what the strategic development is. Maybe you can help us out with that. But that dropped from 2206 down to 1571. And the riots dropped, I think the most, it was like 38% to, no, I think the most was the violence against civilians was like 38%. The riots went from 1487, almost 1500, down to 952. So pretty dramatic.
That's impressive.
Isn't that impressive? I mean,
Absolutely.
I like triple checked that, and I even reached out to them. I'm like, I want to use these stats, and they said, yeah, everything is okay.
So what's next? What's next? How do we duplicate, repeat,
We're not
continue?
duplicating. We decided rather than we were going to focus on different countries, do like 21 days on each country, maybe work with an organization there. But the war broke all out in Israel with Hamas. And so we're focusing on the Middle Israel and the Middle East. That's our focus right now. And that was our focus. Well, actually, in 2018, it was the Middle East by itself. So now we're actively focusing on Israel because that was like insane, and the Middle East. I mean, Marion Williamson said, I stand with Israel and I stand with the Palestinians, but I don't stand with Hamas. Because they're terrorists, and we can't stand with that. We stand with civilians, but we don't stand with terrorists. And we're just sending love and blessings and peace to the whole
Absolutely.
world, as well as a special focus now on the Middle East, and that's going to be ongoing. So
Well,
Yeah.
I'm definitely sending prayers and positive vibes, and everything that I can to help the people that need help. And also, I definitely would love to. Uh, I don't really talk much about terrorists, but anyways, Um,
Everybody needs love. I'm just
Yep.
saying we're setting love and peace over the whole situation. You know,
Absolutely.
that's all we can do. And we don't know how that's going to happen because we're giving that up to a higher power. But this works because, minds are joining in a unified field of consciousness, talking quantum here. And that's why it works. We have an intention, and all these minds are meeting together in this field. And how could it not work?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things in the club that we talk about. And, the energies are real. The vibrations, the thoughts that we allow ourselves. I'm not even going to say allow ourselves. We choose our thoughts. We don't allow anything. We manifest our own destiny. So it is extremely important to be able to realize that. And yes, all of us as a whole, more people that we can get to do this, faster it is going to be to break through the fields of the people who need different vibrations. So I'm 100% with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, when I feel like we had a lot, well, I know we had a lot more people, I don't know if we reached 10 million yet, but we will. I'm
Yeah.
holding that vision that there will be 10 million. And they don't all have to be our group. We're uniting with so many other peace organizations as well, so we can all collaborate and create peace on earth.
Absolutely. It's ongoing. So, it wasn't that we had a time frame and you had to reach 10 million at that time. This is an ongoing thing because peace is something we need to focus on all the time. And, you know,
Yeah,
and what I understand is that we can't hate on anybody. So the ones that are creating this chaos and this turmoil, we're not going to change it by having negative thoughts about them. We're going to go into our peaceful way and send love their way. Love is the answer. Love is what's going to create that shift. So even though we may not agree with their actions, which, certainly I don't know many that do agree, but we don't have to. All we have to know is that we are all spirit, and spirit just loves. There is no hate in spirit.
absolutely.
You make a great point. There's amazing people, and even if they don't make amazing choices, they have the capabilities of being amazing human beings whenever they choose to be on the positive side of things. So we have to keep that in mind when we put our intentions out there of making sure that we want the best for them. Because I think if they would have had the best, they probably wouldn't be in the situation that they're in.
It's true. It's interesting. The Course in Miracles tells us that there's no sin, there's only error, errors of thinking. If you've been brought up from a very young age, being fed a particular mindset, a particular storyline, and you believe it, this is all you've heard, you're brainwashed, but is that sin or is that an error? I mean, it gets into some pretty complex areas.
Yeah.
So,
Something like it.
Yeah. The course is amazing, and I know it's changed my life. When I first found it, I wasn't sure what it was, but now I have a better understanding to where, I don't understand everything. None of us do.
no, it's
But at
it's
least,
it's a circular
yeah,
staircase, and you just
yeah,
keep spiraling going up the more you learn
hmm,
it. I started with it almost 40 years ago.
me too. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn more about this. I'm on the same staircase, I guess, in my own life, and
Hmm.
it's funny how it works. Don't be afraid. One of the things I love about our groups is we're not afraid to take the things that we learn, and look up and down the stairs, and tell everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
knowledge is not to be kept inside. It's not just for one person. It's to be shared.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Society, community. It's really about supporting each other.
Hmm.
A lot of people that I think aren't finding peace, aren't finding the value in the people around them. still having to look for some kind of confirmation. And for anybody that feels like that, I want to let you know you are enough. You are worthy. You are good enough. You deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be content, regardless of the situation around you. And all will be well. And you need to know it.
Yeah, and people, perhaps have never experienced peace. They don't know what it is. If you don't know what it is, can you imagine it? I mean, that's our podcast, is Imagine Peace.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. A lot of people in our community, they all agree sometimes when I talk about the little voices in my head. I said, does anybody else have conversations with themselves? You have different
Oh yeah.
personalities. You got to work through things. Isn't it amazing when you're able to meditate and all your voices, they're not arguing, there's just nothing, and you start having just one voice of reason and happiness speaking clearly and loudly to you because that's the one that you understood you needed to listen to.
I try not to watch the news, but I do get news in feeds, and so I'm choosing not to watch any of the videos of the war, because I don't want any of the in my head. I don't want any of those images.
You can't unsee it.
You
Yeah.
can't unsee it once you've seen
Yeah.
it, so I will not watch it. But I am, every time I hear about something, I just send love and peace. Like I woke up this morning and I was just feeling this heaviness in my chest, and I'm an empath, so I took a little while. I was like, oh yeah, that's not mine. It's everybody about this war, and I just started sending love and peace, and then everything just dissipated.
It's amazing that you're so connected that piled up on you while you were sleeping. Just
Uh,
great job on repelling the vibrations and sending out the right ones.
Yeah. Well, it's recognizing it. For a long time, I would have just, be like, oh, I just feel awful today. No, but, at this point, I recognize, I'll ask, is this mine? First question, is this mine or is it someone else's? I found that about 85% of the people that I work with are carrying other people's stuff. You find that too?
Yes.
I don't think there's any wrong side of the bed we can wake up on. Whatever side of the bed we woke up on is the correct side. That's where we were meant to wake up.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
be
that's
grateful for
true.
the opportunity.
Yeah. No accidents or coincidences for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. So why don't we imagine peace? Let's just do a little brainstorming. What is peace? So peace is walking down the street and people are smiling at me. MarBeth?
For me, peace is happiness. It's like a real gentle happiness not at the expense of anyone else, but just joy, because you're just in a place of love and peace and happiness. It's just all intermingled.
Jason?
For me, peace is confidence. Um, Confidence that I'm able to be here with both of you. This moment is incredibly peaceful for me. Confidence that after this, I'm going to go inside and spend time with my beautiful boys, my family, and we're all going to be smiling, and confidence that all is well with all of us, and that everything will go well in the future overall for us. I have a lot of confidence in that, and that gives me a lot of peace.
It's beautiful,
Yeah.
and especially coming from being a warrior, and trained. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
It
it's a
wasn't
beautiful perspective.
always like this for me. That mentor I told you about earlier, he sparked a transformation that took years and is still ongoing. But it's where I went and started exploring what was in my brain. I started learning about cognitive processing therapy and all types of other things to repair and build myself stronger and better than ever. And I'm forever forever grateful for the people who take their time to notice everybody around them, whatever vibration they're in, and just really genuinely try to offer help from the heart, not from any selfish motive. And that's another one of the factors that's in the No More 9 to 5 Club. It's literally what we're built on.
Yeah, so beautiful. And Jason, I really appreciate your words earlier when you were saying that we are worthy of peace. We are enough, that we do deserve it. And for me, I think the turnaround in my life to really being a peaceful warrior was it was about 12 years or so ago. And I was listening to who I consider one of my mentors, Lisa Nichols, who is a very special lady, motivational speaker. And she had a meditation that's Discover Your Worthiness. And in that meditation, she says, You are worthy. And when I heard those words, it's like something clicked inside of me. So I don't think people hear those words enough. And we definitely don't tell ourselves that enough. So let's say it. I'll start. You out there, you listening, you are worthy.
You are enough.
You are enough, and you deserve only good.
You are a spark of the divine, and there is nothing that is impossible for you.
You're created in the image of our Creator, and you are love. Love created you loving. Peace created you peaceful. Joy created you joyful. Embrace it.
You are able to accomplish your goals. You are able to achieve the greatness within you. You are able to be better tomorrow than you are today.
I don't know about you, but I feel yummy.
I feel so good
Yeah.
when those words come out, whether someone else is saying them or I'm saying them to myself, because that's another thing that's important, is for us to feed our own self, feed our own soul. And and I always ask people that I'm working with and coaching, who's feeding you? Are you feeding you? Are you telling yourself you're beautiful? Are you looking in the mirror each day and seeing you, not the physical, but really seeing you? We need to do that every day. I used to have this. I used to have a home. I don't currently, but when I had a home, I would walk into the bathroom and I had drawn a heart in lipstick, really big on the mirror, to where my face fell right in the center of that heart. So every time I walked in there and looked at myself in the mirror, I was surrounded by love. So there's things, little things that we can do to increase that level of love and light in our life. And so,
People are so often, they just love to give to other people. They want to help, they want to take care of other people. But I know I was guilty of this as well. It's not easy necessarily to receive it,
yeah,
to even feel that you deserve it. That took a lot of training.
yeah,
Absolutely. And that's something that everybody here needs to know, that they are worthy. They're enough.
Yes.
They they are able to receive
yeah,
all of the gifts, all of the confirmations, all of the rewards that the universe wants them to receive. Because the universe wants to reward good people. It wants to help people out. It wants to find the people who are putting out the right vibrations and make sure that they're safe and comfortable and happy and healthy. And for everybody watching this, you are worth setting aside time in your schedule. You are worth reinvesting back in yourself. I love that story about the lipstick in the mirror. That is so beautiful. And that's one of the biggest things that I try to teach people is self-love. Because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, your other investments probably aren't going to work out.
yeah.
That's
Thank
very
you.
true.
Thank you. Thank you both for this little love fest that we just did. sharing it out to anyone who might be listening now or listening on the replay. You are loved, and you've come to a place where that's what we're all about. This is an incubator for love, and we certainly try every time that we speak to bring that out and bring out the love that we can share with each other. So we're coming up on the end of the show, and just want to give a shout out for 10 million for world peace. You can go to our website. MarBeth, why don't you tell them about this website? It's so beautiful.
Well, we have our website. We shared the statistics from our World Peace Challenge earlier on the show. But when you go to 10 million for world peace and you join us, you'll receive a beautiful meditation by Teri. It's a 15-minute meditation, and it's suitable for advanced meditators or beginners. So it's really lovely. And when you join us, also you'll get our weekly newsletter and our our blog, as well as our podcast, Imagine Peace. So, and all the up to dates, with our meditation, which is daily at 1:11 p.m. Eastern. And we would really appreciate any help you can offer us. In-kind donations like Jason did for us were just so helpful getting us started. Your donations will keep us operating, and I think our service is really important for the world.
I think so. Thank you, MarBeth. And MarBeth, you have a website, and MarBeth is an amazing coach, healer, mentor. MarBeth, tell us about some of the stuff that you do, and it's at marbethdunn.com.
Yes, and I'm an intuitive energy maven, energy management maven. It's a mouthful. And Teri is Mama Peace, but I've also been called the Miracle Mama because I have been working with A Course in Miracles for almost 40 years. And I help people to create miracles and ditch the clutter. And I'm also an empath as well as an intuitive. So I work remotely for the most part. And I love what I do.
And you're very, very good at it, I have to say.
Thank you.
So then, Jason, I'm going to put your website back up here, the No More 9 to 5 Club.org. So, Jason, I know you spoke about it earlier, but just please tell us some ending words that you would like everyone to know, and let's guide them to you at your website.
Sure, thank you. So we do a lot of things. Pretty much no matter wherever you're at in life, come visit us. We didn't build the club to sell you anything. We didn't build the club to lead you any particular way. We built it to meet you wherever you're at, to figure out who you are and what your goals are, and to really try to add value as an individual. So it's a daunting task with a lot of individuals, but again, if you want to come join us, we'd love to see what value we can add and how we can change the world together. No more 9to5club.org.
Beautiful. Please go and reach out to Jason, and go to MarBeth's website and reach out to her. And at angelspeakers.com, I mentioned it earlier, there's a wonderful workshop this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. It's for 2 hours, and we're going to dig into our emotions and how can we really look at them in a way that we can become empowered by our emotions. This has been wonderful today. Thank you both for being here with me. I appreciate the discussion. I appreciate the love, for sure, that I feel right now from us just being together and discussing peace and love and joy and how we can be better humans. So thank you both for being here with us.
Thanks,
And
Sherry.
for everyone out there, so much love to you. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. We'll be back next week with another wonderful guest. And until then, stay in peace. Bye, everyone.